So if you're a Christian taking psych meds, you need to be aware of the dangers and the ways that this can impact your faith, spirituality, and relationship with God. We really just have to understand how these psych meds work and what the side effects are to understand the ways that they can damage a person's spirituality. So by definition, the psych meds will increase or decrease chemicals in your brain, and they will change the normal function of the human brain. That is what these medications are designed to do. I've done tons of other videos on my channel explaining how these medications can cause mental illness, mental disability, and all sorts of struggles, but the main thing we have to understand is that the side effects are what happens to every single person. A person taking these medications, antidepressants, antipsychotics, they feel emotionally numb, they can't access positive emotion, they have no motivation or desire or aspirations. If we think about the spiritual repercussions of this, and they've done studies on this, and it's actually a very common result that people who are drugged on psych meds, they have no spiritual aspiration, right? Because they get to a mental state of mind where, again, they're just existing, they're not really living, they can't feel the motivation, the desire. So these medications can put you in a state of mind, and they can disrupt the normal expression of the human psyche. Now, I want to be clear here that this does not have to happen. Even if you're taking these medications, even if you're having all of these effects, even if they've induced mental illness, that does not mean you cannot seek God. I'm just saying that it is common that people on these medications decide they no longer want to seek God. They get to a point of suffering, and they just can no longer access the normal human experience. And as Christians, we have to be aware of this. We have to be wise as serpents, and we know who's in charge of this world. We look around, we see the evil, the corruption, the sin. We know what's going on. And if we look at Big Pharma, they're profiting, making billions of dollars off of keeping people sick, keeping people on medication for the rest of their lives. And if this is not something that's influenced by Satan, I don't know what is. And as we know, as I've demonstrated, these medications have a common result of making people lose their spirituality. What does Satan like more than pulling people away from God, right? And I know this video might sound kind of negative, so I want to end it on a positive note. What I have to stress here is that no matter how mentally sick you are, no matter how many medications you've taken, no matter the side effects, they cannot destroy your soul. There's no medication they can give you. There's no mental illness that exists that can destroy the human soul. It might destroy your brain, your psyche, your normal human expression, but your heart and soul are untouched. As long as you follow God, as long as you do not give up and live a life of sin, that is the only thing that can separate us from God. So I just want you guys to be aware of the corruption that's going on, of the evil and demonic influence, but ultimately we have to stay positive and know that if we follow God, through these trials, even if we've taken these medications, even if we've experienced mental illness and disability, there's nothing that they can do to us to keep us from God.